One of the lawsuits filed by the Stacey Abrams campaign claims that Doughtery County voters received absentee ballots late or not at all because of mail delays following Hurricane Matthew. The lawsuit was filed at the Albany Federal Courthouse, causing online viewers to take issue with the fact that Stacey Abrams' sister is a judge at that courthouse. Joe Hankey sorted through the court documents today. Joe, what role, if any, did Justice Leslie Joyce Abrams play in the case?
Well, Cheryl, federal court documents I looked at today show this case was originally assigned to U.S. District Judge Leslie Joyce Abrams, Stacey Abrams' sister. But that is possibly due to how court cases are often randomly assigned to federal court judges. And in this situation, the court quickly reassigned it to another judge. Judge Leslie Joyce Abrams is a federal court judge with the Georgia Middle District Court. President Barack Obama appointed her in 2014. Here's Abrams during her Senate confirmation hearing.
I believe that a judge, and particularly a district court judge, is bound by the rule of law, bound by precedent.
On Thursday, her sister, Stacey Abrams' gubernatorial campaign filed a complaint in the U.S. District Court for the Middle District of Georgia. At issue, the Democratic Party said a previous court case slowed down Doughtery County from initially mailing out absentee ballots. The complaint stated in 2012 the U.S. Postal Service Center in Albany was closed and mail is now delayed because it is routed through Tallahassee, Florida. This allegedly led to some voters receiving their absentee ballots at the last second, if at all.
Voters weren't afforded the statutory amount of time they have to review, fill out, and complete their ballots, and some of them may have gotten the ballots so close to the election that if they took them out of their mailbox, immediately signed them and returned them, they weren't showing up in time to be counted.
After being filed on Thursday, Judge Abrams was assigned to the case. USCourts.gov, though, details how the majority of courts use some variation of random drawing for assigning cases to judges. And a closer look at federal court records showed the day the suit was filed, it was reassigned to Judge Louis Sands. Judge Sands heard the case on Friday and ordered all absentee ballots postmarked by Election Day and received by this past Friday in Dougherty County will be counted if they meet all other election requirements. Sands also granted a temporary restraining order stopping Dougherty County from certifying election results until this Tuesday, the state deadline for certifying. Court records show after being reassigned to senior U.S. District Judge Louis Sands, he was the only judge involved in the case. And Stacey Abrams has not shied away from talking about her sister's role as a federal judge. She posted a congratulation message on Instagram when her sister was sworn in as a federal judge, and she has also talked about her sister's role as